Nicole Middendorf. I'm the CEO of Prosper Well Financial, and I left Morgan Stanley in 2003 to start my own business.
What were your main drivers for taking the leap?
So when I grew up, I'm an only child, and I grew up with a mom that owned a business, and she never put me in daycare. And my mom really raised me like, you can have it all. You can be a mom, and you can be a business owner, and you can be successful. And Nicole, whatever you want to do, you can do it. If you just have to put in a lot of hard work and a lot of effort.
And then I guess the other motivation was that my mother was the first entrepreneur that I knew. And I always knew that I was, I have this saying where I say, I'm my mother's son and my father's pride, right?
All right.
I act just like my mama, right? But I've always felt like I was always going to be an entrepreneur, right? I've always felt that.
Opportunity, and I didn't touch on it before, but my father is actually an immigrant, and he came here from Iran with, he had no money at all, basically. He started off from like very, very low, the very poor background. And I just being able to see himself work himself up from I guess it's just anyone can, anyone has the opportunity to start a company and become wildly successful. I think if they put in the work and they don't give up, and it might take you a long time, it could take 10, 20 years. But I think that just from seeing what he was able to do, that if you put in the work, that you'll get the results eventually. So opportunity.
And then the other thing was that I didn't think I have a choice, because I'm original Jamaican, and in Jamaica I remember growing up where whether you work for the government or for a private sector, if something happens and you don't get paid, you usually get paid fortnightly or monthly. Most people growing up, they always had something else on the side where they can earn a living this way, because it's not like here where you have unemployment or something terrible, natural disaster happens. Because we have a hurricane every year. Something happens here on your own, where the government will come and help you here. In Jamaica, you don't have that. You're pretty much on your own. And so you have a lot of entrepreneurs in Jamaica, because that was the only way to make sure that you eat, really. And I was raised by my grandparents, and they own a grocery store. And I saw the impact they had in the community, where we're really respected. And I kind of like being that person too, where I have the connection, I know what's what, and people can come to me for whatever. So that was kind of a driven force behind it. But I didn't see any other option to not be my own boss.
Okay, so what drives me? So I grew up with my dad. So my mom was a middle school math teacher. My dad owned a Dairy Queen. And so I think I always kind of knew I wanted to do something for myself, just based on the fact that, quite honestly, he was around. Like if I wanted to go, throw the baseball around at 3:30 after school, he was there.